Today's episode is brought to you by Jackery, who offers the Jackery 1000 Solar Saga. This solar generator uses two 100-watt solar panels to convert the sun's energy and turn it into sustainable, stored electricity for later use. That's kind of a weird way of saying it's a battery that gets charged in the sun. I originally kind of thought of this as a tool for overlanding, but I find myself using it more and more in my everyday life. I charge my phones on it, I keep my drones charged, my cameras. It really helps me out with the job that I do, which is doing YouTube and media. You can check them out on Jackery.com. You can find them on Amazon and sometimes even Harbor Freight Tools. All right, thanks for watching. Okay, so we're gonna try testing out the crawl control, and I'm gonna show you guys how to put the Tundra into crawl control. I'm gonna start by going into neutral, and then you have this little slider button. You push and slide down into 4 high, and then it's in 4 high. And then in order to get in and out of 4 low, you must be in neutral. So then you press again, slide into 4 low. You'll see it blinking on the dash, and a yellow 4L will illuminate. Now you're in 4 low. And if you want to drive, obviously it's going to go much slower, and this is way better for controlled off-road. Keep in mind, this is a totally stock Tundra, so we're going to test out the crawl control features, because I've heard that the crawl control feature is a lot better than the Toyota Tacoma. The Toyota Tacoma kind of sounds like dial-up internet when you're in crawl control, and it's so unpleasant you almost just don't even want to use it. Like, if you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. It makes all sorts of grinding and weird noises. This, I quickly tested it. So far it doesn't do that. So you have to be in drive with your foot on the brake in order to activate crawl control. You're gonna push this button here that says DAC/crawl control. Once it illuminates on the dash, you'll see a speed, low, mid, high, and you can rotate this dial to high. And then what you do is just take your feet off the brake, and you can manage your speed with this dial by twisting it down if you feel like you're going too fast, or you can speed it up. You no longer have to use the pedals. It's gonna operate the brakes, it's gonna operate the gas all by itself. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go up this slippery, uneven, rocky surface here. Hopefully it's enough to generate some tire slipping. Super noisy seatbelt alarm goes off even when you're in 4 low, which is super frustrating. So because I went into park, it just deactivated crawl control on its own, and that's so that you don't just hop back in it and try to drive and crawl control's on. So I'll have to go through, activating crawl control again. But we're gonna go ahead and give this hill a try. And it wasn't challenging coming down at all, obviously, but going up with these stock tires and low clearance, it could be challenging. We're gonna see what the crawl control looks and sounds like. All right. So I'm setting the speed control just to mid, just medium. Let's see what it does. Not even struggling at all. So basically what happened, I know that didn't look like much, but that's because the Tundra is taking all of the work out of off-roading. And we can try this somewhere else where we have a little bit more challenging terrain. I saw that as an opportunity to give this a try. And what I noticed was that it wasn't noisy at all like the Toyota Tacoma, which was a huge plus. But what's actually happening is the truck's using your ABS system to apply the brakes individually on the wheels when it detects slipping. So we're not going to see a whole lot of slipping because by design the system is preventing slippage. So if a tire starts to slip, and it's the smallest amount of slip, when you're driving you can feel it. Maybe watching on YouTube you're not going to notice as well, but when you're driving you'll feel a tire slip and you'll hear and feel the brake apply to that side so that the power can transfer over to the non-slipping tire and it prevents that tire from slipping. At least that's my understanding of it. And it does the same thing when you're in the sand, and that's when crawl control is really cool. The sand or snow is it slowly almost shakes the tire to build to build traction underneath the tire, and then it holds its position until it has enough traction to pop it up out of a hole. And eventually, maybe on this trip we'll try it out, but we don't have a winch or anybody with us, so I'm not going to intentionally bury this thing or anything like that. I just wanted to show you guys just what crawl control looks like and what it can be used for. Something like a hill like that where a driver, especially inexperienced driver, might slip the tires and shoot a lot of rocks down the hill or anything like that, or downhill. These are things where the crawl control can be really, really handy, and it's nice that it's just like not noisy. It doesn't sound like you're braking the truck. To get out of 4 low, and this is something a lot of people it confuses them, if you just go to park or if you just go to 4 high, this is what's going to happen. If you're still in drive and you go to 4 high, it's going to beep at you like that, and you won't get out of 4 low. You have to be, same if you're in park, it's not going to get out of 4 low. You have to be in neutral. And this is the same for Toyota Tacomas. Once you're in neutral, you'll hear like a little thump or a click. That's 4 low coming out. It'll switch into 4 high, and then you go ahead and slide this up into 2 high. Wait for a little click, or at least just for your light to come off. Sometimes you need to move forward, and you can go from 4 high to 2 high while you're moving, but you can't do that in 4 low. This is the TRD off-road. It does come with a rear locker. It has multi-terrain select on here and a tow haul button. And then I also did notice, and I think I was criticizing Toyota at some point, I think I did notice that there are multiple drive modes. And so when if you push this button and flip this, you're gonna get a deal on the dash that says sport mode, normal driving, and eco mode. There it is. These are a little clunky. Oh, it's because I'm spinning it the wrong way. Okay. And it even illuminates on the dash there. So I don't know what I've been driving in, but I'm excited. We'll go ahead and try sport mode after this. Definitely is. You're the raccoon, in case that wasn't clear. What an interesting fella. So this is where the rear locker switch is, and it's a little toggle, and it's not going to let me put it on now because you can't, of course it's going to beep. This is the first truck I've ever had that beeps this much. It's gonna beep at you because you can't put it in 2-wheel drive. I think my first Toyota Tacoma, you could put them in 2-wheel drive, and then you could drift.
Are we going the wrong way? South?
No, we're going south. We're going.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
right.
Going towards Mexico. We're going to Mexico.
That's right.
So I'm pretty sure, because this is just the same as the Toyota Tacoma, you have to be in 4 low in order to turn on your rear locker. But if you were in 4 low, you would press this toggle and wait for it to switch. But a lot of times it'll just blink on the dash, and you might have to go forward or backwards just to align the teeth on your ring and pinion so that it can lock. But there's your locker. I should have showed you back there, but pretty easy. And yeah, that is how you get in and out of crawl control. That's what crawl control does. That's what it sounds like. And if we get an opportunity, maybe we'll bury it in sand and see if it does what the Toyota Tacoma does. But I haven't seen anybody try that, and I'm nervous to do it when we're on a family vacation. So I don't know. We'll see. Thank you. All right, so surprisingly, this is only our, third fill up the whole trip so far, and we're in we're like the middle of California. Gas prices here, $6.50 per gallon for premium. And so when I was at the dealership and I was buying this truck, I asked them, does the Toyota Tundra require premium like the Ford Raptor does? It's twin turbo, but it's tuned, and he said no, it doesn't. It doesn't require premium, but I've been running premium this whole time because I still feel like it's better for the truck and it gets better economy. So I've been averaging about 17.5 miles per gallon. I've been going like 85 this whole time. I have not been conscientious of my gas mileage at all. I've just been driving. I did put it in eco mode, and it just accelerates slower. It's no other difference. It's just the gearing is, I don't know, not the gearing, but it just chooses not to accelerate as quickly. All right, I'll go ahead and put my life savings into this truck. Like, well, there's gotta be like a 12, you know, just like a regular port, like one of these. Nowhere. There's no power inverter in this truck, at least. Something I may have overlooked that when I ordered the truck. Maybe some of them do come with those things, but there's no power inverter, nothing like that, which is so frustrating. So I have no way to power my Jackery while I'm driving. I can only take it out and plug it in at the hotel, which is what I did. We got a hotel. We're getting hotels on the way down here so that we can get into sunnier weather, because Desiree just can't stand camping in the cold anymore. She won't do it. It's Mother's Day weekend and she won't have it. So we're gonna get into California, go to like Joshua Tree or something like that, and then go camping. So we're kind of like Bear Grylls in it. You know, we look like overlanders, but we're just staying at the hotel. Kids are out cold. That's the way we like it.
Cook. See, this is good cooking.
Yeah.
We put our food out. We want to cook on top. There's fire in the garden.
So we're trying this thing. It's like normal people camping, and so we're not driving up into the hills and sleeping on the roof of my truck, which almost feels weird. But you know what? It's actually kind of nice. I got this tent, this huge ass tent. All right, it was only 250 bucks at Costco, and it went up. Basically, it just pops up. Like, it took me like 3 minutes, and look how much space we have. Like, there's so much room in here, and it has a separate wall, so you can divide these rooms, and it's got LEDs in the ceiling. It's like, man, it's really nice. And then we got this air mattress thing here. I'm gonna go ahead and plug it into the Jackery.
And there's 1, 2, 3.
And then it's got like firmness settings. We'll just go. Hold up now. Hold up now. There you go. There we go. Now this queen size mattress is just going to inflate itself. And yeah, normal people camping. Who knew?
The bed is really fuzzy on the top, but not very much on the side.
That's pretty nice, huh?
The Frederick is really fun on here.
Dude, I'm actually really stoked to sleep on this. This is gonna be really nice.